Welcome to TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans by wrestling fans on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton, and this is the week in review. Now, it's a bit more of an interesting episode for two reasons. One, if I'm being honest, I did watch NXT and Evolve. I did not see Raw and SmackDown this week. And another reason is because kind of feeding into Raw and SmackDown, tonight was Saturday night's main event. Great American Bash on the NXT side. That was 3 p.m. And All In concluded a little bit ago on the AEW side. And I will say, give AEW big props. Hangman Adam Page is now a two-time AEW World Champion. So good on AEW for that. Definitely a white-hot babyface right now. But as far as what I've seen and what I've heard, there is some distressing news both on the AEW side. Ashton was filling me in about very sad Adam Cole promo. Retirement may be on the horizon for Adam Cole. A sentence that I didn't think I would have to say for another, I don't know, 5-10 years. And yeah, fucking Seth Rollins could be out for a good while again with the knee. And you hate to see it because he was really doing a lot of good stuff. But for you LA Knight fans, and you know who you are, he did pick up a huge dub against Seth. So it does seem like 2025 and maybe part of 2026 is going to belong to LA Knight in the main event scene. I'd say you love to see it, but I don't. I'm sure some people do. So you love to see it. I personally hard pass. As far as what I've seen this week, I enjoyed what I watched, but didn't really pay much attention to Raw or SmackDown again. So given that it was all leading up to Saturday night's main event, and I guess for the NXT side, Great American Bash, Ashton, how'd you feel about wrestling this week?
I was feeling a lot better about wrestling this week before today. Um, yeah, the Seth injury and the Adam promo and really just kind of some of the um, really just shit quality stuff that I saw today fucked with my brain a little bit, like put me in a bad headspace. But I will say there are absolutely some silver linings coming out of today and making my best effort to look on the positive side. There were also at least one or two really fucking good matches that we can talk about. And, the most important thing I think is that we've got Evolution tomorrow as a big time palate cleanser. That's going to be fantastic.
Yes, which I will be here for, guys. I had a big internet scare today, but shout out to my sister for fixing our internet over here. So I will be able to do live reactions with Ashton, which I'm honestly happy about because there were parts of the Evolution card that I was really looking forward to. The whole show, I wouldn't get that carried away, but I mean, I'm looking forward to the Battle Royal. I'm looking forward to the women's tag title match, and I'm really looking forward to Rhea versus Io. That's like my all-time probably most hype match. Um, so yeah, Ashton, this is kind of a different week. You know, normally when I'm really on the up and up, I usually just pick something and we talk about it. Do we want to talk about All In at all? Did
Well,
you
I
have any
was just
inclination
gonna,
one time
yeah,
or another?
I was gonna say, if you want, I can kind of lead the way here because I kept a finger on the pulse of everything that happened today, and there was a lot that happened today.
Oh, well, actually, I was reading the results of the men's casino gauntlet, and I just want to say first, I'm really happy Juice fucking Robinson is back.
Yes,
That's cool.
yes.
Um, that's a shot of dopamine that I fucking needed. Hell yeah. So yeah, man. You know what? Again, because you had your finger more on the pulse
Well,
than
hey man,
me.
you
Yeah,
brought up the men's casino gauntlet. MJF won the damn thing. Everyone kind of
did read that.
expected that to happen. If you want to know how it happened, Mark Briscoe hit a J Driller on Roddy Strong, and then MJF got in the ring, tossed Briscoe out of the ring, and pinned Roddy.
Yes. All right. All right. So MJF now will be getting a world championship opportunity. Um, which he calls his Triple B. So, who won the women's casino gauntlet?
Would you, excuse me, would you like to take a guess, or do you just want me to tell you straight up?
I want to hope that it was Willow. Did Willow win?
No, but Athena did.
That's really cool. If Willow couldn't do it, Athena, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Athena's talented as fuck, so yeah, that's great.
yeah, very. I was very happy to see Athena win, but I will say the finish, in my opinion, did kind of suck. Not because Athena did anything wrong, really just kind of the way that it was handled. Because Mina hit one hell of a discus back fist to Thunder Rosa, and instead of even attempting to go for a pin in a match where literally you just need to win one time, it's one fall to a finish. She grabbed Thunder Rosa and pulled her into the middle of the ring in an attempt to set up a middle of the ring figure four, which is exactly what led to Athena hitting the O face on Mina and pinning her for the win.
Oh man, Mina. Oh man.
Well, there is some
Um,
good news with Mina, though. I mean, if you look at it as good news, I think that there's like whatever the opposite of a silver lining is could kind of also be said about this. Mina last night won the Ring of Honor Women's Television Championship, so she is now a champion under the AEW umbrella.
yes, you were telling me that last night, and I am happy for her. I hope they let that reign breathe, and Mina
Yeah.
can really show American audiences what she can do.
From
Because
what
I
I
still think,
understand, the
yeah,
situation is that Red Velvet was unable to compete but didn't want to relinquish her title, so they put a temporary, like an interim television championship on Mina, and when Red Velvet is able to return, they will have a match to determine the undisputed television champion.
well, I don't dislike Red Velvet, but I'm rooting for Mina in that case, just because I do know her more and everything. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, but yeah, I guess we'll keep going to the card. So those are the Casino Gauntlet matches. What match should we talk about next? We don't have to talk about every All-In match if you don't want. We could talk
No,
about the most important ones. But yeah,
yeah. Well, the Ops apparently did in fact retain the trios titles, so we kind of saw that coming. That was nice. Um, let's see here. Adam Cole, because of his inability to be cleared to compete and his injury that he's got going on, and then again, it's like a mystery injury. I don't think any of us actually know, or any of the, any generic kind of casual wrestling fans know what Adam Cole's specific injury is. But he did say, and I quote, he's not even going to talk about retiring, which is like, even the fact that you bring up retiring means that maybe it's like within the likely, within the realm of possibility, which is terrifying, terrible, scary, whatever you want to call it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, he was forced to relinquish the TNT title, which led to he was originally going to have a one-on-one match against Kyle Fletcher defending that title, but because he was unable to compete, they didn't want to just hand the title to Fletcher, so they turned it into a four-way TNT Championship match for the vacant title. And Fletcher was expected to win because he was the one that was originally going to be competing for it in the first place. But it was a four-way between Kyle Fletcher, Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia. You want to guess who won this?
is it Dustin?
It was fucking Dustin.
I already knew that from the Discord because fucking Dom put out into the universe like, oh, Dustin better not hold 3 titles, I swear to God. And then I think he said later, God damn it. I'm telling you, Dom, you're underestimating your own power, man. Start wishing for good shit. But yeah, Dustin with 3 fucking titles. I hate this timeline, just in case I didn't make that clear.
Yeah. So apparently, many people, and I say many people because I didn't actually get around to watching this match. I would actually like to at some point, and I probably will at some point. Highlight though of All In for a lot of people was Swerve and Osprey versus the Young Bucks. Apparently, this match was astounding. I'm seeing people saying 6 stars even. Um, Swerve and Osprey did win, so the Bucks are no longer EVPs, and that's another like big sort of storyline wrinkle to come out of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were kind of talking about that before going live, that tag match. And I really thought that Swerve and Osprey were going to lose that tag match. And you surprised me when you said that they actually won. So I wonder what they're going to do now that Bucks are no longer EVPs, like in storyline, how long that's going to last.
Yeah. Do you remember by any chance, since I know we talked about it, what the tag titles, what the tag title match was on this show? Because Hurt Syndicate are the champs. Do you know who they were defending against?
Jet Speed, right?
And the
It was,
Patriarchy. It was a triple threat.
I don't remember Patriarchy being at it. I just remember Jet Speed. So yeah, who won that?
Patriarchy, by the way, was represented by Christian and Nick Wayne. But
Okay.
Christian got speared and pinned by Lashley. So the Hurt Syndicate did retain.
Okay, it's interesting though that still keeps the door open in my mind for a standard tag match between Jet Speed and Hurt Syndicate because
Yeah.
I feel like they've been feuding more on TV anyway.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah,
There
interesting.
was more to come out of this though, because after the match, Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian, and I guess Mama Wayne by extension, betrayed Christian.
Oh, nice. So Patriarchy's just finished then.
Yeah, the patriarchy is pretty much dead at this point, and as they were about ready to hit the concerto on Christian, what famous theme song should hit but Metalingus? Cope. is back. He brought his fucking gigantic fucking railroad spike embedded baseball bat, Spike. He literally calls it Spike. And he used it to clean house and protect Christian. And then he helped Christian up and grabbed the mic and said, "Go find yourself," and then left.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, they're doing a whole thing here. They're probably going to have ENC reunite for real within the next few months or so at most.
I know Cope has wanted it. I'm sure Christian has wanted it at some point. Let them do it while they can still make it entertaining and worthwhile for the fans.
Yeah.
I'm all for this, honestly. I'm not going to overthink this.
Oh yeah, this is not something that I would call like a low light of the show by any means. I'm down.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, then we had, I believe, our women's championship match. Tony Storm versus Mercedes. I was scared that Mercedes would win this, but they did not do that. They actually had Tony retain.
Honestly, I kind of in my mind penciled Mercedes to win because they really are doing the like Mercedes all belt gimmick, which I don't mind, but it makes sense. Sorry, wrong windpipe. It makes sense because if anybody was going to stop her, it would be Tony. I mean, Tony is so fucking over with AEW crowds, bro. Like,
Yeah.
my boy Angel, he's been in the chat a couple of times with y'all. He's going to a WrestleCon for his birthday, and he was so fucking psyched when Tony Storm was going to be on it. Like, he was already there when Okada was going. But he has told me a few times, like, Tony Storm is his favorite, like, female performer in AEW. And I mean, that's just how over she is. I don't care for it. You know that. I know you're the same way. But she has got her finger on the pulse with the people right now. So there you go.
Yeah, I watched this match. I want to say beginning to end, honestly. There might have been moments where I was like distracted on my computer because it wasn't that gripping to me. I don't think this match was like incredible. It was solid. I would say it's like 3.5 star type territory for me.
Yeah.
There was a moment in this match that completely destroyed my belief, suspension of disbelief. That's the
Your
word.
immersion. Yeah.
Yeah, where Tony literally hit a Storm Zero, lifted Mercedes back up, hit her with a second Storm Zero, and then lifted her back up and hit her with a third Storm Zero, and then immediately pinned her, and Mercedes kicked out.
Yeah, that's not believable to me. That would have taken me out too, but yeah.
Mercedes ended up, or Tony rather, ended up winning with an avalanche off the middle rope, Storm Zero. After that,
okay, well, yeah.
later on in the match, like it was, there were also some really like raunchy spots in this. Like at one point, Mercedes had Tony up in like, you know how she does that like tombstone pile driver setup into the gut buster,
Yeah.
where she like flings her out and drops them on her knees. She
Yeah.
had her in the setup for that. Tony reversed it so that she had Mercedes in the tombstone position, and rather than actually doing any offense, she bit her crotch.
Oh,
Or I
geez.
guess you could say that she emulated eating her out.
Okay. Man, and Soraya just left the company because I know she had that period where she was doing like raunchier offense. So it's like, goddamn. All right. All right.
And then yeah, like
Well,
right at the finish, when Tony, right before Tony hit the Avalanche Storm Zero to win the match, she kissed Mercedes on the lips. So like yeah, like they're really going all in with like the sapphic weird stuff.
yeah, and you know what? In hindsight, knowing that Athena won the women's casino battle royal type thing, it's not too surprising that Tony retained because I think Athena is still a heel, right? So you got that whole
Yes.
dynamic.
I think she is. It's hard to tell because of how beloved she is despite that.
Yeah, true, true. Um, so I'm seeing here on the card order I have was Omega Okada next after this.
Yes, yes it was. And I just got to say again, I love these guys. I've seen their best work. This didn't come close to it. This was like a 4 star match, and I'm being generous because of who this is.
Interesting. Okay.
It was
Very
good.
interesting.
It was good. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking Okada Omega. It's probably never going to be bad, but like, we've seen the absolute fucking cinema that these motherfuckers are capable of, and this was just a really good wrestling match and nothing more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean that's kind of the AEW feeling in general to me.
Yeah.
I think you pretty much encapsulated the AEW wrestling philosophy to me, which is why I feel so alienated watching the product. Because it's like, oh, okay. Um. So yeah. I'm sorry if you said it. I kind of blanked on it. Who won this match?
Okada.
Okay.
And this
Okay.
is kind of another thing too that like threw me off because like It's like they're not they're like refusing to maintain the continuity of their New Japan matches because Okada won this thing with one Rainmaker. Kenny didn't kick out of the Rainmaker like he has in New Japan before.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was like really strange, honestly, because like I don't know, it's like we've seen that Kenny is one of the few people on planet Earth that's actually capable of kicking out of this fucking super built up, mega crazy super move. And they just didn't use that as part of the story of this match. It was very confusing to me. I was really thrown off by the fact that Kenny didn't kick out here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It would have been confusing to me too.
Yeah. Uh, the only
Yeah.
thing left after this, though, was the main event, which was Moxley and Hangman. They were both bleeding. This was basically like an ultra violent CZW type match. There was glass. There was fucking chair spots all over the place. There was fucking. By the end, there was a bed of fucking nails. Like, it got ridiculous, in my opinion. And of course, they wanted to do the fucking plastic bag spot. And like the big kind of like, it was almost like a Roman Reigns WrestleMania main event where like the match didn't really start until the interference started
Yeah.
because partway into the match we had Wheeler Yuta and Claudio show up with a plastic bag and they were going to try and suffocate Hangman, and then Adam or not Adam, sorry, Danielson, Brian Danielson showed up in a fucking mask and fought those two guys off pretty much by himself. There was a point where the Young Bucks showed up, and I thought, from what I understand, it was actually Swerve that ended up being like the difference maker that helped Hangman win. Oh yeah, Darby Allin actually was a big one too. Darby Allin, there was like a moment in this match where fucking the Tron came on and you just saw like a snowy mountain. You're like, oh, this is Everest. Darby's here somehow. And Darby, via his camera on Everest, cut a promo about preventing Moxley from, whatever. I don't even know the exact wording. It doesn't really matter, honestly. And then he fucking descended down from a fucking, I don't know, harness, I guess, from the fucking rafters, like fucking old school Sting style. But he dropped straight down. There was no like from the edge of the arena. Like he was above the fucking ring.
Yeah.
And he descended down and he landed perfectly on the apron, like on the outside of the ring apron, which is insane to me. Like, how do
Yeah.
you land with that much precision? That was crazy. And yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think he was the reason that the Young Bucks, like, stopped being able to attack Hangman. And then, yeah, I know that Swerve ended up showing up and provided I think it was like a chain that, yeah, it was a chain that Hangman ended up hanging Moxley by around the neck, like off the ring, like Hangman has done in some matches before.
Yeah.
And he actually won with the fucking hang job, like the fucking hang with the chain. Moxley tapped out to being hanged by a chain.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, with it being no DQ, I mean, I guess that makes sense. That just sounds like, I mean, it sounds to
It
me
was a
the way you're
Texas
relaying it.
death match, yeah.
Yeah. The way you're relaying it to me, it sounds like it might have been a smidge overbooked. But I mean,
I mean, to be
again,
fair, it was no more overbooked than, like I said, a Roman Reigns WrestleMania main event these days.
true, true. That is fair. That is a fair shot. Um, oh, look, I'm just happy Hangman won. I mean, this shows that
Yes.
AEW at least had the confidence for a brief moment to say, like, he is our most over babyface. Because didn't you even tell me that Darby got injured doing the whole Everest thing? So we don't even know
No,
when
he
he's going to
didn't
be
get
like,
injured doing the Everest thing, but I did hear that he got some kind of an injury doing some other goofy ass stunt after he made it back from Everest.
yeah, just couldn't stop pushing his luck. So I don't know if he'll be like cleared to compete if he got physically involved here, like thwarting Moxley.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going to be next for him.
Me neither.
So yeah,
But
we'll see.
yeah, that's it. Hangman wins, closes out the show, holding up the title. Beautiful moment, tears in his eyes. Yeah, it was great. It was a fantastic ending to what feels like a years long story in AEW. I think it's only 9 months, but it feels like it's been years that Moxley's held that title just because of how many times he should have lost it by now. But they built it up and they gave it to the guy that probably deserves it most right now, realistically.
Yes, yes. So again, I will give them a thumbs up on this one, and it will be very interesting to see. how Hangman's reign ends, because you have to imagine both Swerve and Osprey will want to crack at it. And yeah, so it'll be curious where they go from there. But then on the WWE side, we have fucking Saturday night's main event.
Did
And
we
I'm
want to talk about that first? Yeah, we should actually. We should talk about Saturday's main event. So first of all, I just gotta say, I watched the majority of this show from beginning to end. It fucking sucked. This show was like, even if there weren't commercials in between matches, I still would have hated the show. It was so fucking miserable.
yeah, dude. Can I just say something like I guess tangential to Saturday night's main event, because I know they're like building stuff.
Yeah,
You know, again, that I did not watch Raw or SmackDown this week,
yeah.
but like I know you filled me in on what I would consider the worst part of SmackDown, and that's that Jelly Roll and Logan Paul are going to be doing a program together that also sucks in to its fucking gravitational pull of fucking awfulness. Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. And so I'm most curious about that match. Did that get any Logan Paul and or Jelly Roll involvement
Oh,
at Saturday
a
Night's Main Event
ton,
tonight?
a ton. Yeah, literally,
Oh my god.
Drew versus Orton opened the show, and yeah, like Logan and Jelly Roll were at fucking ringside. Like they were practically corner men for these guys. And yeah, after the match there was involvement and it led to McIntyre hitting a claymore on Jelly Roll and then getting scolded by Pierce and Aldis. So yeah, there was a lot of involvement here. This match is 100% happening. Like there's no doubt in my mind at this point. There was very little doubt in my mind after the SmackDown segment involving them, but now at this point, the fact that Jelly Roll actually took a bump, it's definitely happening.
Um again, like I don't want to be too much of an asshole and I want to keep this going at a good pace, but like obviously it's never good when a person gets injured. But I have to be honest, when I heard that Drew was injured and he was seemingly going to be out for a while, I was happy for him because I thought he needed to go invisible for a while and come back kind of renewed away from this bullshit. I feel like he is so far above this. Like as a Drew McIntyre fan, I hate that he's doing this. I hate that he lost again, and now I hate that he's probably going to lose. With Orton teaming with Jelly Roll, because I mean Jelly Roll is a beloved celebrity within WWE, and he is like a babyface. I'm sure internally. I mean, he took the fucking bump from McIntyre, and people love seeing Logan Paul lose. I want to see Drew as world champion again, man. That's really all I
Dude,
want.
I
It's
want to see
like
Drew as
God.
a baby face at this point. I feel like it's been so long since we've seen him as a face.
If this angle would give us anything good, it would be Drew as a babyface, because I'm just imagining. Okay, so you have Orton and Jelly Roll versus Logan and Drew. Let's fast forward through the whole match. I don't really give a fuck how it goes. You have Jelly Roll pin Logan,
Yeah.
and Drew gets pissed at Logan, and he claymores Logan, and he walks out. And that would be the beginning, in my mind, of returning Drew babyface. Because yeah, you already know I love heels. I can do heels most of the time, but I've even said to you, I think Drew has exhausted what he could do as a heel right now. There is no juice. He has told the best stories that he could tell. I enjoyed them. I love them. Even the Punk stuff had some bright spots, but that's when it really started to go downhill for me. It's over. It's over. Let's go back to cheering this dude. Let's go back to being behind this dude. Let's go back to him being made of fucking granite and a Scottish psychopath and going after a world title. I mean, Gunther's right fucking there. Like let's do it. Let's fucking go. So yeah, sorry that I took all this time, but just to say that I
No,
know
no,
what's
don't
happening there.
apologize.
But like, I just hate that Drew is doing this. I hate that this is happening. He is so much better than this. Like Orton, I can forgive because he's had such a storied career. Like I get it. But Drew, even though he is on the other side and he's also had a storied career in his own way, I feel like he could still do more within the confines of WWE. And just, I don't know, I hate it. So yeah, there you go.
No, I get it.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so what Saturday night's main event match do you want to talk about next? I'm letting you drive because you were the responsible one this week. So
Well, after that, we got Solo versus Jimmy Uso. I literally didn't even watch this match because I was actually going back and watching the All In stuff that was going on at the time. Solo did retain though, so that's a whole thing. I don't think there were
I
any
mean,
big developments out of this, honestly. Like Jacob,
of course,
Jacob came back. I don't know if this was
yeah.
like they made a big deal out of this, like it was like a big return for Jacob to be here, but like I don't remember him ever leaving. So Jacob showed up and they were like, "Oh, Jacob Fatu's back!" And he did like a stare down with Tala Tonga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got big booted by Tala Tonga. So that's, I guess we're probably gonna do those two against each other or a tag match. of Solo and Talatonga versus Jacob and Jimmy, if I had to guess, at SummerSlam. We'll
I mean,
see.
I respect the fuck out of Solo Sikoa for politicking his way to the easiest first title defense you could ever fucking have against life's perpetual loser, Jimmy Uso. So that was cool. But
Then
yeah,
we got the
did
Seth LA Knight match, which again was like really sad and cut short.
LA Knight, of course, had to win because Seth got injured. Like, nothing about it was good. Like, you can't even say that he put over somebody good because it was LA Knight and he's shit. So, yeah, this was what a shit sandwich you told me about that thankfully I didn't have to eat with my eyes.
Yeah.
Jesus
And that
Christ.
was the only other thing that was on the show other than Goldberg Gunther, which closed the show. Um, Surprisingly wasn't a quick like instant win match. Actually went like maybe even close to 10 minutes, honestly. Might have gone a little longer than originally intended because of the Seth injury. I don't know. Goldberg did in fact hit a spear and a jackhammer at one point, and Gunther actually kicked out of the jackhammer. I think the
Yeah.
intention was for him to get his foot on the rope, but the pin was too far away, so he kicked out. Our improvising king. And then yeah, Goldberg got choked the fuck out in the middle of the ring, clean as fuck.
Good. That bald bitch.
Yeah, he didn't tap
So
or anything. Obviously, it's still fucking Goldberg, but yeah, the ref called it.
yeah, good for Gunther. You know, here's to hoping again. Sammy at SummerSlam, some worthwhile babyface at SummerSlam. I mean, my plans of Seth cashing in have completely gone up in smoke, so that's not happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, maybe we do Sammy Gunther. Sammy wins. He actually gets to enjoy a little bit of a reign, and then Seth makes a surprising return, cashing in on Sammy, getting that heel heat right where he left off. Who knows?
Oh yeah, the
Um,
one thing that we didn't talk about that is actually kind of fitting that we saved it for last because you're gonna love it is that there was a moment here where they were showing women in the crowd and like Blake Monroe was in the crowd and JC James was in the crowd and then Jade Cargill was in the crowd until Naomi dragged her back into the ring area and beat the fuck out of her.
Naomi, dude, I don't know if I ever penciled it yet. I don't know where your mind's at because we're still only in July, but I think she's gonna be my heel of the year, bro. I
I
really
love
do.
that.
Like,
Yeah,
I,
she's
I am,
deserving for sure.
dude. I am loving her so much right now. I love how, dude, she's practically a Looney Tune in the best way. I mean, we all saw in the Discord the fucking dynamite photo, and somebody was like, "Oh, you're gonna get sued," and then she's like, "David Otunga is my lawyer." Oh my god, dude, she's the perfect woman. Why are you with Jimmy Uso? Let me hit. Let me show you what evil love can look like. Fuck. God. Fuck. And then apparently, Gallo just posted, this was very recent, like 11:32, like 2 minutes ago, that Bianca tweeted at Naomi, "Do you have my boots on?" And it's a picture of Naomi, I guess, standing on the announce table, and it's looking like Bianca's boots. So maybe she broke into Bianca's house again. I love that Naomi is so committed to this friendship that she will
Oh,
break into houses repeatedly to
yeah.
make it work.
Speaking of Bianca, after Naomi attacked Jade, I believe it was Pierce. It might have been Aldis, I don't remember, but one of the GMs said that he found someone that can keep Naomi and Jade in check and revealed that Bianca Belair is back and is going to be reffing that match.
This is perfect because now Bianca, she can rewrite all the wrongs. She can stop being a Bianca Hayes ass, and she can give Naomi the win at Evolution tomorrow night. It's going to be perfect. She's going to screw over Jade. It's going to be amazing, and they're going to be best friends forever, and everybody's going to clap. It's going to be cinema, absolute fucking cinema. So, all right, yeah, with that, that does kind of change the landscape of talking about Raw and SmackDown, which again, it's kind of weird to do because I didn't watch them, and really, we're also going to be reacting to Evolution tomorrow, so I don't really know what else there's. Because actually, let's work in reverse still because Great American
SmackDown.
Bash happened.
Oh,
Did you see any of Great American Bash Day? Because I know it started at 3.
yeah, I watched most of Great American Bash. Yes, I did.
How, how was the show to you? Did you have fun?
It was all right, yeah. I mean, it was probably the best show of the day today, at least for me personally. You know how I'm a little bit lower on AEW shows than most people. I would say that most wrestling fans would say AEW show was the best show of the day, but again, just doesn't really do it for me most of the time. NXT though was solid. It was decent. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. There was one match that I would call great, and that was Sol Ruka versus Izzy Dame.
I'm glad to hear those two cooked.
They really cooked. Dude, there was even a point during the match that I posted in the Discord. Soul and Izzy are cooking. So you even use the same terminology as me.
Did Soul retain?
She did.
Good. Did Izzy get mad at Tatum, or was Tatum neutralized by Zarya or something?
Um, Tatum uh helped Izzy, prevented her from losing earlier, and then Zarya speared her, which led to eventually like a sequence where Soul was able to hit the Soul Snatcher on Izzy. So I don't think that there was any reason really for Izzy to be upset with Tatum. She did more good than anything, and I would say she didn't do any bad at all. It's not like
Yeah.
she distracted Izzy or anything; just straight up helped her. So definitely not any kind of negative storyline development there for Tatum. Just despite Tatum's help, Izzy couldn't overcome Soul.
You know, no, I like that only because, dude, I'm telling you, I really vibed with them as a team immediately.
Yeah.
If they were an NXT team to win the women's tag titles, I would not complain at all. I am here for that. Um, I'm guessing Oba retained against Dina Mora.
Oba did in fact retain against Dina Mora, but I gotta tell you, man, this match pissed me off. There was way too much Josh Briggs involvement in this match for my liking. He was way too involved, way too centered, way too much of the focus.
Yeah, like I figured that might happen, and that only annoys me because, like, in storyline, if I'm Inamura, bro, what the hell? I gave you my TNA championship match.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to have this match for my own because Inamura didn't get involved in that TNA championship match at all. And Briggs stuck his nose multiple times. Did Inamura have a problem with it? Did they have, like, tension?
Well, yes, yes. So basically,
Figured.
there was a point in the match where Briggs hit Oba. I forget what. I think it was with the NXT title. Actually, he hit him with the title, and Inamura didn't realize it, so he just kind of kept going. He continued to, go after Oba offensively, and he was setting up for his big top rope splash, and he saw that Briggs was holding the NXT title, and he was like, "Hey, what the hell?" He got down off the top rope, and he's like confronting him about it, and then Oba comes in, choke slams Yoshiki, and eventually uh, we get another moment where Briggs is trying to hand a foreign object to Inamura so that he can use it on Oba, and he obviously refuses, which directly leads to Oba hitting the fall from grace for the win. So then later on in the night, there was even another segment where Inamura was actually trying to apologize to Oba for Briggs's involvement, and Briggs comes in saying, "Nah, screw that. I can beat you," basically trying to steal the thunder, trying to steal the spotlight for himself to try and get himself a title shot. So that is everything that went down in that storyline tonight, and I just hated everything about it.
I actually agree with Super Bowl completely. Like, Briggs is absolutely turning heel on Inamura, and, like,
And as far as
that's
I'm
gonna,
concerned, he already did turn heel, but the fact that he's
yeah.
he's going to just betray Inamura, yeah, I 100% agree that's happening.
And I
It's
mean,
probably going to
even
be a situation where like he like has Oba on the ropes and then looks to Inamura like, "Hey man, get that for me or help me out here." And Inamura refuses, and it leads to Briggs losing to Oba, and then Briggs attacks Inamura afterwards for not helping him win.
even just you relaying it makes me more sympathetic to Inamura and like him more because he wanted to do it the right way. And Briggs just ruined that chance for him, which was incredibly selfish, and you're an asshole. So,
Yeah,
way to go. Great job. Yeah, nice. Um,
yeah.
anything else from Great American Bash you want to talk about?
There was a contract signing with Trick Joe and Mike Santana that ended up getting crashed by Dark State.
Good, good. Happy to hear the Dark State's back on NXT programming.
Yeah, they ended up crashing the contract signing, and it led to a six-man tag being made for NXT with the three TNA guys, or the three guys competing for the TNA title in Trick Williams, Mike Santana, and Joe Hendry, teaming up to take on three members of Dark State.
Okay. All right.
Of course,
Interesting.
they didn't actually announce what the three Dark State members were going to be, so I guess we'll find out on NXT. Um, but then, yeah, I think the only thing left. Oh, right. Ethan Page beat Ricky Saints to retain the North American title. This ended up being a Falls Count Anywhere match, oddly enough.
I know it's one of your favorite stips. Did they do it justice?
I guess I didn't really watch the match all that intently, just because I really don't give a shit about Ethan Page or anything he does.
I mean, that's just correct. So, that's cool.
Yeah. He won with an ego's edge off the stage through 2 tables on the floor.
Do you think Ricky Sainz just gets called up now?
He
Or do you
should.
think, like,
I don't think he will, but he should.
yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think the only other. Oh yeah, Javon Evans versus Jasper Troy actually opened the show. Javon did win. It was like a catch thing. Like Jasper went for the black hole slam, and Javon countered into a sunset flip type roll up move for the win.
That's cool. That's cool. And it's definitely a finish that protects Jasper because he has been eating a few L's now because he's lost to Oba. When he injured Oba to begin with, he lost to Inamura, and now he lost to Javon. So I don't know. You might want to reboot Jasper a little bit if he keeps taking these L's looking like he does, because he looks like a monster that should beat everybody.
He
But that's 3 losses, yeah.
Yeah, he aimed for the top, and he is now in the process of learning where he falls in the fucking food chain.
Yeah. And the fall was pretty fucking steep. Jesus.
But then the main event was the women's tag match. Actually, oddly enough, Jordan and Blake versus Fatal Influence, and I really thought because this was main eventing that it was going to lead to like literally anything, but it didn't. Jordan did, or not Jordan. I'm sorry, Blake did in fact pin JC Jane, but there was no development after that. She just pinned her, won the match, and the show ended. That was it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be setting up her getting a shot after JC finds a way to retain at Evolution. So
I
we'll see
really
what
thought
happens.
that by pinning her that it would lead to her being added to the match at Evolution, but they were even both in the crowd at Saturday night's main event, and there was no announcement at all. So it just seems like they're not going to do anything with that, and it's just going to lead to her getting that title shot, assuming JC retains against Jordan.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have to see how that all goes. I'm excited to react to that show with you tomorrow for sure. I'm kind of in that stage where like I think part of why I didn't really care about Raw and SmackDown so much is because I knew it was kind of feeding into Saturday night's main event, and those shows always suck. But I was looking forward to Evolution, so again, I'm happy my internet issues worked out. And I guess just very quickly, we could canvas Raw and SmackDown and just talk about that.
Okay, do we want to continue going backwards and just start with SmackDown?
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, on SmackDown, I mean, there was a lot of build-up for Saturday night's main event, so we can skip literally all of that. One of the highlights of the show, at least for me, was Alexa versus Roxanne versus Kylie versus Soul. Soul's SmackDown debut, and she looked great in it. She hit a fucking Sasuke special at one point. She hit a double Soul Snatcher on Roxanne and Kylie. Soul was fantastic. Unfortunately, she didn't win the match because, of course, that had to be Bliss, but she still looked great in defeat.
Yes. All right. All right.
Also, I should
Yeah.
add, Soul, even though I said in defeat, Soul didn't actually get pinned. Kylie did. Kylie went for the insane elbow on Bliss. Bliss got her feet up, kicked her arm, and then got the like Sister Abigail DDT type move to win.
Right. Oh, that is one thing I saw from SmackDown. Wyatt Six are tag champions. I feel for
that
the
was the
Street
only
Profits,
other
man.
thing. Like, as far as I'm aware, is the only other thing on SmackDown that wasn't related to Saturday night's main event was that tag title match.
And I guess Aleister Black turning heel, right? Because R-Truth beat him.
That's true. Yeah, R-Truth rolled him up, got the 3, and then Black immediately like started following Truth, and Priest cut him off backstage and tried to cool him down. And Black was like, "Yeah, you're right," and he started walking away. And then he was like, "Hey, Priest," and he came up, pump kicked or hit him with the fucking pump knee in the face, and then kicked him a few times, and then hit him with the Black Mass. Yeah,
Wow.
and then he said, "I'm feeling better now," or something like that. It was like he had cooled down after that.
I mean, look, I really like Aleister Black. I don't know how I feel about him being heel like in this way, but I will say the positive is if they actually push Aleister Black as a heel, you'd have a great opponent for Cody when he gets the title back off of Cena, because I still think that's going to happen, even if it doesn't happen at SummerSlam. Whoever fucking beats Cena that presumably will be a babyface. Aleister Black, you could slot him in there. It'd be a nice, at the very least, one PLE program. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely there's definitely mileage in Black turning heel. I just wish it was under better circumstances, I guess. I don't know. It feels kind of awkward how they're doing it, but yeah. And then I like how you did it though. We're just talking about stuff that didn't connect to Saturday night's main event. So then Raw, I mean, we don't even need to talk about the Seth Rollins segment. I have no idea what happens with this group now that Seth's injured.
I
Maybe
will
Braun
say
and
there
Bronson.
was
Yeah.
one little funny moment in on Raw. Actually, there were a few funny moments on Raw, but the one that I wanted to talk about first was fucking Dom backstage getting the fucking cake from AJ Styles that says "Get well soon," and then we see AJ peeping from behind the fucking storage thing. And Dom grabs his doctor's note and shows it to him. It's like, hey, I'm still not cleared. That popped me. I loved that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm enjoying Alan showing more of a humorous side and learning how to peep and creep.
Yeah, Alan has surprisingly good comedy chops for sure.
Yeah. All right. Apparently New Day had a weird segment mourning the end of their tag title reign, so that's cool.
Yeah, and then Becky Lynch showed up and she was like, "Oh, great decision getting rid of that Big E guy, by the way. He sucked."
Wow, Becky. Wow. Have you already forgotten when Big E was thirsting for your mama? Successfully, I might add. But yeah. Yeah, Becky. Now we know she's going to be in that triple threat tomorrow night, right? Her versus Bayley versus Lyra for the women's
Intercontinental. We did get a cool
segment
on that, building that match where they were all three on the mic in the ring. It led to Bayley calling Lyra a little bitch and then we got a brawl that led to Lyra hitting the Nightwing on both of them, standing tall.
Nice. Good for Lyra. I just wish the crowd would respond to her more. Did she seem to get a good reaction from the crowd from what you remember, or was it still kind of dead?
I gotta admit, I wasn't really paying attention. Couldn't tell you
how the crowd reacted. Yeah, well, that's fair. Let's see here. What else? Because I've got a recap pulled up myself.
Nikki Bella got demoted to the fucking Battle Royal tomorrow. I hope she doesn't win it, but whoever wins that gets a title shot at Clash in Paris.
I know an NXT woman won't win it, but if Tatum won it, I would pop so fucking hard. Oh my god!
Honestly, I think Nikki being in it makes her the immediate front runner. Honestly, I hate it, but I have to pick her. Like, we're probably going to end up doing Evolution preview predictions on this show, and I'll just spoil it right away. Nikki Bella is my pick to win that Battle Royal, as much as I hate it.
So much of the remainder of Raw seemed to connect to Saturday night's main event. I mean, El Grande Americano beat Dragon Lee.
Yeah, this was a fun thing too, because even earlier on in the night, there was a backstage moment with Pierce talking to American Made, and Brutus Creed was like, he can't compete. He's injured, and he was like really directly like referring to the fact that Grande was Gable. And yeah, Brutus Creed's goofy as hell. I just enjoy him as a comedy guy.
I mean, that fucking laugh.
And then it was fucking Ludwig as El Grande, and he did the exact same type of finisher as El Grande, where he put the fucking metal plate in his mask and headbutted Dragon Lee to get the dub.
Right. Yeah. All right. And again, most of the other stuff just seemed to relate to Saturday night's main event. So
we did get a moment backstage where Paul Heyman informed Seth and Braun, and this was after Braun Breaker beat Sami Zayn with a spear. Heyman informed Seth and Braun that Sami Zayn will be out indefinitely. So that's kind of big news.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if that's kayfabe or if that's like fucking real. But either way, that is big news.
We also got Bronson Reed hitting a couple of tsunamis on Jey Uso, too. Even after losing to him because he got himself DQ'd, he was like, I don't give a shit about winning. I just want to take this guy out of action.
Exactly.
Seth had this whole plan, man, and now it's just downhill because he's got a bum knee.
I know. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. Do we want to talk about Evolve before we get into like previewing Evolution and stuff and tying off
Let's
well, I mean, we know Kelly Armstrong retained against Natalya, and then Jen Tala attacked her after the match and said it was me. I'm the attacker, which, I mean, congratulations. We all knew that, but thanks for being out and out about it, I guess.
You know what, though? I appreciate her realizing that she was made last week when Chewie asked her about it.
She's like, shit, they're on to me. I better get ahead of this.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Jackson Drake, at 21 years old, what a world champion and a million times better than Austin Theory. Great promo at the contract signing, great confidence. I'm telling you, he has such a young Randy Orton vibes. It's ridiculous to me. Lindsay Dorado said he put a provision in that contract. That match will be taking place next week, by the way, guys. where a Vanity Project, still love the faction name, is banned from ringside. And so yeah, Jackson Drake kind of freaked out a little. It's like, oh shit. But he's gonna be okay because he's better than everyone else. And that's hundos, baby. Hundos. What else? Carly Bright and Kendall Gray had a backstage segment. It seems like Kendall has really warmed up to Carly because at first it seemed like she was annoyed with her as tag partner, but now it seems like
Yeah.
they're actually friends, which
I
is
gotta be
weird.
real. I hated this. I want Kendall Gray to be like vaguely like I don't want to say heelish, but like tweener. I want Kendall to be like a badass. I don't want her to be like, oh yeah, I wish you could be there. I miss teaming with you with fucking Carly Bright, who was like this
Yeah,
obnoxiously like wonder bread baby face.
I mean, not to be that douchebag that tells other women how they feel, but no, you don't. No, you don't. We all, we all. I expected to pop you that hard. We all saw the footage of the debut episode of Evolve. You were annoyed as hell. You
Yeah,
don't
you
miss shit.
resented her clearly.
I think it would be amazing if Carly, of course, excuse me, it would be amazing if Kendall, and of course I would say this, God, I have issues, but it would be amazing if she was just a really talented sociopath and she was trying to learn how to have feelings. And she had this book and she was like, okay, when a friend is injured, you show concern. Oh man, Carly, I'm so sorry. And then she's thinking to herself, nailed it. And you could even do like a voiceover or something for like her inner monologue. Yeah, but no, they're trying to make her sincere, and it's weird. It's weird, Evolve. It's weird. But yeah, that happened. What else happened on Evolve? Oh yeah, fucking Keanu Carver got DQ'd against Timothy Thatcher because he beat the fuck out of him.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. That was violence is pretty cool. Um, and that's all I remember really. So yeah. Oh yeah, Tate Wilder, Rich Holland apparently is going to be on Evolve now. Christ. Because they
Yeah.
had like a backstage segment, and it's like, oh, cool, the redneck and the guy who breaks necks. That's a program. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, the literal lyrics in AJ Styles' theme song, where it's like, "Ain't nobody breaking this redneck."
so so yeah, I guess that's it, huh? All right.
Oh yeah, I should add just as like a you know adding detail to something we talked about earlier. Blake Monroe pinned JC Jane with a DDT that looked very much like Maurice's French kiss.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
Simple
kind
and
of dig it
effective.
actually because it's like a throwback to. I actually really liked Maurice's French kiss DDT personally, and I think that it looked really good with Blake doing it. Also, like low key, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like very slight Raven even flow DDT vibes, ever so slightly.
And I love a good DDT, and if they're building that move back up, it's a move she could hit on any woman regardless of size. So
Yes.
like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Back to Evolve though, we did get Chantel Monroe versus Mason Holiday. This was fun.
Yeah, the reflection of perfection, not Mark Jindrak, Chantel Monroe picked up the dub. And then fucking what Tyra May Steele, right? That's her name, Tyra May Steele.
Yeah.
Tyra May Steele, she's on Evolve. Now that gets me out of bed. But then
Yes.
Kylie Ray actually before Tyra May Steele showed up. And the funny thing about Kylie Ray is she's the worst. And yeah, do not
That's 10 out of 10 for Tone. Great job, bud.
thank you. Do not let her near a microphone ever. My ears hated every second of it.
Dude, I
Cause like
can't believe that they like view her as being on a level that they give her the mic every week. It's actually insane to me. I can't fucking believe it.
you actually said something so apt, which for the record is par for the course for your fucking face. But you said that it really amazed you that Kylie wasn't a heel, and you're right because you had described her as having Karen energy, and she's the Karen energy where she doesn't necessarily call the cops on black people. I don't think she's quite that level, but she's 100% on the level of where she fights with the grocery store clerk that her coupon is still valid.
Yes!
Like, yeah,
Yes!
yes,
100% exactly the energy that she brings to the table, and I hate it.
dude, we fucking know, bro. Like, it's amazing that I'm so introverted and such a homebody, and I still fucking know because I interact with people enough. And
Dude,
yes, the tone was 100%
yeah. I
warranted.
think what I hate most about it is how like passive aggressive and condescending she comes off
Yes.
as. She
Yes,
really
dude.
like she's that type that like if you run her coupon, she's not gonna be like, are you serious? Run it again now. She's gonna be like, oh honey, I think you might have made a mistake. Maybe try running it again, please.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, yes, yes, dude. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god. Oh
Dude,
my god.
I know. It's so fucking bad. I can't stand it. How is she a face?
Like, the crazy fucking thing, if I'm just being truthful with you, if we were really grading on who's getting the heat and who genuinely annoys the fuck out of us in a way that I guess is intended, if they would do that with Kylie Ray, she'd have to be in consideration for my heel of the year, honestly,
Dude,
because it
I
would
know
annoy
it's true.
the
You're
fuck out of me every
so
week.
right. You're so fucking
No, it would annoy the fuck out of me every goddamn week. And any
right.
woman that would step to her and put her down, I would be like, yes. And actually connecting threads from Kylie Ray so that we could talk about something actually interesting. They had a backstage thing with Wendy Chu where she was just kind of laying, looking like far away, that far away look in
Yeah.
her eyes. So I wonder if she's gonna go back to being old Wendy Chu and like a baby face or like what's next for her. But I love
I
that woman,
mean,
man. I
maybe we're gonna get a
Yeah,
return of Karen Q at one point.
I mean, that would be not. Karen Q is just very fucking talented, and I would like to see her get a run with the Evolve Women's Championship at some point. But yeah, man, Kylie Ray, wow, wow, money you didn't have to spend, and yet you did.
Hmm.
You really did. Wow.
Hmm.
Um. So that's Evolve, and God, do I want to keep dogging on Kylie Ray? No, I think I piled enough dirt on her. But yeah, I
I was
mean,
really tempted to do another impression. We should move on before I go.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's called Evolve, but she's stuck in the evolution process. So let's preview and predict evolution, I guess, to stay on the WWE train. Um, if you have a card pulled up, we can go match by match. We can do this, bud. So
All
yeah.
right, cool. Let's do it. Let's talk about the. I mean, I already spoiled it, so we might as well just open with the battle royal. I can tell you everyone that's involved if you don't have somebody in mind already.
I'm just gonna go with Stephanie Vaquer to win.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm rooting for Tatum, but I'm picking Stephanie.
Yeah, I do want to run over the participants real quick. Stephanie is one of them. Obviously, Nikki Bella I mentioned. Ivy Nile, Nia Jax, Natalia, Maxine Dupree, Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker, Lola Vice, Lash Legend, Izzy Dame, Tatum Paxley, Zelina Vega, Julia, Candice LeRae, B-Fab, Michin, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, and Alba Fire.
And we know that the winner of this gets a women's championship match at Clash in Paris.
Yes, correct.
Uh,
Yep.
or Clash at Paris. I don't know if it's in or out, 'cause I know it's
It's
Clash at the
in.
Castle.
It's
It's
in.
in.
Yeah.
Well, we're so in. Holy fuck. But yeah, Stephanie Vaquer to win.
Yeah, Vicaire. I think Vicaire is one of the few in this match that, like, no matter who she challenges, she's going to get a huge reaction from that Paris crowd.
Yeah,
I think she
yeah.
would. I think Julia would. I think Chelsea would. Maybe Natalia would, honestly, and I hate it. But yeah, and of course Nikki will because she's treated like a legend, which is just insane to me. But anyway, let's move on. Next match, let's talk about Jade versus Naomi with Bianca as the guest referee. It is no holds barred, by the way. I should add that.
Dude, honestly, I would love. I mean, look, obviously I'm rooting for Naomi emotionally, but just to make the case a bit more objectively, Jade did win at Mania. It would be nice if Naomi got the win here, so they'd be at one apiece, and then Naomi pulls ahead through cheating means again by cashing in. Um, so I don't know if there's going to be like a ref bump and maybe Bianca. You know what? I could see it being. And you know what? My predictions have been getting better lately. I feel like I'm turning the tide. I think there's going to be a moment in the match where Naomi antagonizes Bianca. Bianca swings for Naomi. She hits Jade. Naomi capitalizes, and then Bianca reluctantly counts for Naomi. And then Naomi, in her warped mind, is going to think, I knew you loved me, Bianca. I knew you loved me. And that's going to make her not give up on Bianca. So I am going to say Naomi wins, but it's because Bianca inadvertently helps her to win. That's going to be my prediction.
I would love it if your prediction was correct because that would be fantastic, and then you would be right about something that you're taking a little bit of a shot in the dark on, and I would just cheer for you. I am going to keep my prediction a lot simpler. I think Jade just wins here, so that she's 2-0 against Naomi. But then Naomi's like, you might have beat me at WrestleMania and Evolution, but I beat you when it mattered most because your title was on the line because I cashed in on you.
If I'm right, I want you to gloss my face in public. I want
I
that to happen.
mean,
I want that in writing.
more than happy to, bud. Absolutely.
Yes, yes, I'm so in. Like Paris clashing, apparently. All right.
There's only one mid card title on the line here, but it feels like the most important match on the card. Becky, Bailey, Lyra.
I just think Becky retains, bro. I'm not gonna overthink this one.
I think I'm going to sign on with you that Becky's going to retain. I really hate
Interesting point is, who does she pin? You know, like,
I would imagine the most likely person would be Bailey because that kind of keeps Lyra feeling like a valid contender.
see, I was kind of feeling the opposite because Bailey kind of got screwed out of her one-on-one match with Becky. They may want to dovetail to that more definitively with Bailey being like, okay, well, you got pinned at Evolution. Like, step aside. I never got my full one-on-one match with Becky, so I'm gonna say that Lyra gets pinned. Actually,
Yeah. Question: if that does happen, what does Lyra do next?
that's a legitimate question because if Tatum wasn't doing stuff with Izzy, I would say those two would reunite and maybe do tag title stuff, but Tatum's doing stuff with Izzy, so that can't happen. I don't know. I mean, dude, here's the thing. Sometimes we have people, even when they lose a mid-card feud, still try and shoot for the main event title. So maybe Lyra, because she's had a bit of an on-again, off-again feud with Io, maybe she would try and shoot for that, but that would also presume that Io retains at Evolution, which we haven't gotten to that match yet, and I'll be curious, where we both stand and if we can change each other's minds and all that good shit.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe a main event kind of stab. Maybe she's like, you know what, this is just my sign to just go after the champion,
Yeah, it's a tough one though. It is. The fact that like I'm struggling to figure out what's next because I guess part of me is like maybe Lyra just pins Becky and that would put her up 2-1 against Becky, and maybe Becky would move on to the world title. But I don't know, because then it would dovetail into Lyra and Bailey having their feud because it feels like that just got like started.
Exactly, yeah.
So maybe Bailey. I don't know. I'm gonna just lock in Becky retaining and just say that I'm open to literally any result here. I really can't pick one honestly. They might even just do a non-finish and just push it off.
Right.
So let's talk about the women's tag titles. Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxanne defending against three teams. Charlotte and Alexa Bliss is one. Solruka and Zarya Zaruka is two. And the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, is the third. I really, really want the Kabuki Warriors to win here, but it feels a lot like a retention.
Agree. And it's weird because if the Judgment Day didn't seem to be such a priority in WWE writing right now, with Liv out and them, I guess, wanting to set up the ground where Judgment Day is stronger than ever without Liv, making Liv sympathetic and going back to being a babyface, which is where I see the trajectory going.
Yeah.
I would honestly have said Charlotte and Alexa winning.
Yeah, Charlotte and Alexa is like the biggest threat to me.
Absolutely, 1000%. But I agree with you about the nature of retention. That's honestly why, if I'm being truthful, I think that Sol and Zarya are in this match because I think one of them is just going to eat the pin there because they're the NXT women. So it's like,
it could potentially be fun if Roxanne pins Sol and then goes after the North American Women's title.
Would be. I agree. I'd really enjoy that a lot, actually.
Yeah. So that's that. I guess let's talk about JC Jane versus Jordan Grace here. I think you and I are both agreed that JC's going to find a way to retain.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Then let's talk about Trish Tiffany. I think we're also agreed here that Tiffany retains.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
All right, which leads to Io Rhea.
This is the hardest one to me. But I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. I do think Io retains.
Oh man. You said I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off, and I was like, oh, okay, he's on my side. He agrees that this is gonna be where Rhea gets her first win over Io. And then you said Io retains. Fuck. Well, we are on opposing sides on this. I do think Rhea wins here.
Do you really want to be opposite where my face is?
No, I don't, which is why I was excited when I thought you were gonna pick Rhea too.
I mean, that sounds like, I know you don't imply this, of course, but it just sounds like your tone's kind of putting it on me.
No. To be clear,
yeah.
we both have agency in the situation and arrived at different conclusions, and that's fine. I just have more fun when we agree.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, so let me ask you, you just think Rhea's gonna beat Io clean? Because it really seems like ever since that Raw match where Io won the title and was able to get into WrestleMania at the last second, it almost implied to me like that Rhea gets really flummoxed by Io. So I could see her winning, but I would almost wonder if they would want to turn her heel in doing so.
I think there's also a chance that it could be like one of those situations where like Rhea sort of voluntarily gave Io the title shot that led to Io winning it. And now Io is voluntarily giving Rhea a title shot when she doesn't need to, and it could lead to Io losing to Rhea as like a mirror of what happened earlier in the year. Um,
I could see
so
that.
yeah, that's kind of where my mindset is because Io only won the title because Rhea had sympathy on her and decided to give her like gift her a title shot when she technically didn't have to at all. And now Io is again kind of out of the kindness of her own heart. Like she was told that she could choose her opponent at Evolution, and she chose the baddest bitch in the roster, like in the locker room. That's crazy. You're giving Rhea this shot. It's like that's gonna bite you in the ass. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, Io. Come on now.
That's just what makes Io is the confidence. Like she believes with good fucking reason.
You know what
You know,
though? That's
yeah,
another thing too. Like it's there's something almost heelish about Io being willing to give this title shot to Rhea because it's like Io could have chosen anyone on the roster. She could have chosen someone that hasn't had a title shot yet. She could have chosen from someone even from the SmackDown roster or NXT. She could have picked anyone, but she specifically chose the one woman she's undefeated against.
that is fair. That is fair. I mean, really, because the only other person that I would have been intrigued by would have been Stephanie Vaquer, only because that
Yeah.
Raw match they had was a non-finish
Yeah.
because
Yeah. And
Roxanne
in
and Julia did their
Japanese
shit.
wrestling, that absolutely would have been the pick. Because in Japanese wrestling, champions fucking hate going to draws with
Yeah,
anyone ever. They're like, we went to a draw, we got to settle this shit now. So in Japanese wrestling, Io 100% would have picked Stephanie for sure. But this is the WWE, so she picked the woman that she's undefeated against.
yeah, yeah. We see you, Io. We see what you're doing.
I'm almost wondering if we have Rhea win the title here just for Io to want her rematch and we get the exact same match with the title flipped at SummerSlam. I mean, would anyone complain about Io versus Rhea one on one for the title with the title going in with Rhea?
No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's kind of where my mindset is. But I don't want either one of us to change our minds because when we do, we end up being wrong. So let's just stick with it.
Absolutely. And that's the card, right?
It is.
All right. Well, I guess any extracurriculars this week?
Um, did I watch any extra? What is the date today? 13th. I no, I don't think I did watch anything extracurricular. There was some fun stuff going on this week in terms of like there was a huge TJPW show that was like so popular that people were actually like surprised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All in is extracurricular as far as we go, just because we don't really cover AEW that much. Um, yeah, that no, I don't really think I did anything else though.
All right. Well, I guess we'll open up the forum for questions. So, guys, any questions you have, please ask them.
Questiones. I just saw Super Blue say Rhea doesn't need to win. That's, you know, you are right, but when has that ever stopped WWE from booking someone that didn't need something to win it anyway?
Exactly.
How many titles did John Cena not need to win, but he did anyway because he was John fucking Cena?
Hell yeah.
What was the point of Briggs missing Inamura just to do what he did at the Bash? Huh?
I think in Super Blue speak, it's like, they had this whole story where Briggs really valued his friendship with Enamore, and it seemed like they were going to be a babyface tag team, and now they're kind of turning Briggs heel. Um, I don't know, maybe because I think Briggs always felt like kind of the mentor, kind of the older brother to Inamura, and yet Inamura's kind of outpacing him, and he's insecure about it now because it's like, I finally got comfortable being in a tag team. Only this time it wasn't me breaking away thinking I was hot shit. It's my partner, and he's actually doing shit. So yeah, he's just consumed by insecurity, really. So that's what that is.
Abel said, "Have you acknowledged your tribal chief today?" To which I respond the same as I always do because Roman's not around. I don't acknowledge absentee tribal chiefs.
And fuck Jimmy Uso. I know that's not what you said, but there's never a bad time for it. And thank you, Jacob Fatu, for existing. Caster Sales asked a question before any of this, though. He
Oh,
said, "I heard the plan is for Gunther. I heard the plan is for Gunther to be seen as final opponent. What do you think of it? I mean, big if true for Gunther. I mean, to be the guy that can say he retired John Cena. If John Cena goes back to being babyface, which like, how do you resolve that arc? There are a
yeah.
lot of questions going into that, but I mean, if they could stick the landing, I'm cool with it, I guess.
I mean, I guess I really low key. You know what? No, I don't guess. I kind of fucking hate it. Like Gunther is already here. He's already established. He doesn't need it. He's going on 40. We don't need to make someone who's almost 40 years old. Give it to Braun or Oba, please. Fuck.
God, I'm waiting for Oba to wreck everyone, but he's too busy being the best world champion in the fucking company right now. I
In
said what I
in
said.
history right now.
God, and you went even further, you fucking king. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Super Blue, have you yeeted today? No, no yeet. And before you say, wow, that's a Jimmy Uso thing, yeah, it used to be. He doesn't do it anymore, so it's mine now. Fuck you, Jimmy Uso. Have you yeeted today?
Hell no, I don't eat. I'm actually actively annoyed with the yeet segments that we get on Raw usually.
God, I know you didn't explicitly say it, but the tone said it for you. Yeetings for marks, and I love that for you. Any other questions, guys?
Alex Foster said thoughts on Goto in the Street Fighter movie. I think we actually did talk about this recently, but probably on one of the recordings that nobody fucking watches. So, I mean, it's cool for Goto for sure. Really cool that he's getting this opportunity. He's going to be E Honda. But I gotta say, man, that Street Fighter movie looks like ass.
I'm happy for Goto. I'm happy for any wrestler that wants to do acting that gets an opportunity. But I haven't seen anything about the Street Fighter movie officially. I know gaming movies have kind of been making a turnaround, but they're also kind of losing momentum at the same time because I feel like, well, Minecraft movie didn't do too bad, right?
It
But
was successful, but ass.
yeah, and this might be the same thing, successful but ass.
Yeah.
So, maybe one of the S's means successful. I don't know.
Okay, caster sales. Any idea on how WWE will proceed with this sesh situation? Nope, no idea.
No,
Um, no, you go ahead.
no. I was just gonna say, I think unlike Mr. Kennedy, though, when he got hoed out of his briefcase, I think Seth will be able to hold on to his. So,
I mean,
you know,
assuming that he doesn't have like a 9 month injury, yeah.
yeah. So
I mean, that's the thing. They
we'll
don't
see.
they don't have to do anything with his briefcase because again, the rules of the briefcase very explicitly state you have a calendar year to cash in. So, even if Seth Rollins is unable to return until like June of next year, as long as Money in the Bank isn't until after he returns, then he still has an opportunity to cash in.
Exactly.
Which, like,
Exactly.
for fuck's sakes, please, Seth, please come back before then. Like, we need you. You're like the best performer in the company right now with Roman gone. So, like, please, please get healthy.
Absolutely. I feel so bad for him and Liv, bro. They got so much company responsibility, and then this shit fucking happens.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
Liv is another really sad one. Hopefully she'll be back in time for like September, October-ish. Like she's not gonna be going for super duper long. I just hope that with Seth that it isn't like ACL, MCL, PCL, torn meniscus bullshit, like exploded knee for real. I hate, but like if
I,
anything, I really do hope that it's just like, oh well, he tweaked it, and we wanted to be rather safe than sorry, and he's gonna be cleared to go in like a month, and he's gonna be fine. Like that would be ideal.
Super Lou, do you think Gunther is going after Punk after their last interaction? That makes sense to me. I could see
I
it.
don't think it's gonna be Gunther on the offensive though. I think Punk is gonna go after him.
Yeah, yeah. Punk was definitely aggro in their last interaction, and he is
Yeah.
old, so
And
he's
that's the
more
thing
likely
with
to
Punk
instigate.
is like it doesn't matter how unbelievable it is, how much you have to suspend your disbelief. CM Punk has such an ego that he will literally confront anyone no matter the size. We've got to remember, it wasn't even 15 years ago that CM Punk confronted Kevin fucking Nash and told him that he was going to beat his ass as if he could ever in real life even attempt to.
Yeah, exactly. Um, So yeah, it makes sense to me, Super Blue, but I definitely see Punk being the instigator. Super Blue, after today, is it time for WWE to stop counterbooking AEW? Uh, I really don't have an opinion on that. I don't
The
think they
time
need to
for
stop.
WWE to
Yeah,
stop counterbooking AEW was before they ever started doing it because it's asinine. and they are literally shifting and bending their own pay-per-view schedule to try and fuck with this other company that was never going to be a real threat to them in the first place. Fuck you, Triple H. Fuck you, whoever runs TKO, because I genuinely don't know. Ari Manuel, maybe? I don't fucking know. Fuck them all. They are awful. I hate them.
It's petty shit. And this is coming from a guy like, if AEW closed its doors tomorrow, I would not care. I'd be like, oh, that's sad.
We would be
Anyway,
hoping for another company to spring up somewhere because it would suck that all those wrestlers would lose their jobs. But like the way that
yeah,
AEW is presented, we just can't stand it. Like we wish that all of these wrestlers would be able to continue getting paid without a doubt, but like
yeah.
please improve your product for fuck's
But
sakes.
but yeah, it really is just like it looks like bullying from our vantage point because WWE is the fucking conglomerate.
Yes.
And AEW, despite being backed by a billionaire, still feels like a fucking startup. So, yeah, like, what are you doing? That is
I
like
think they feel like a
unhinged behavior.
startup, though. A lot of that is because they want you to feel like they're a startup because people are more likely to glaze startups to try and like elevate them and lift them up in the public's eye to try and get more eyes on the product if they're like this fresh new thing that people aren't aware of. But like AEW's fucking here for a while now.
Absolutely. Um, let's see. Oh, Angel was just saying he enjoyed All In tonight. By the way, bro, great to see you. He enjoyed the outcomes of the women's match and the Continental title. Can't wait to see both champions in person at WrestleCon. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be an
That's
amazing time for
cool.
you.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
good.
Foster asked, "What dessert would you want AJ Styles to get you guys for challenging you?" Box of donuts. Very fucking
Yes,
easy for me.
a box of donuts or an ice cream cake.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And extra credit for AJ if he could spell out an insult or a challenge with the donuts, that would really
Ooh,
like pop me. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
if you break a ring donut in half, you've got two little like C shapes that you can really work a lot with. You can get really creative with that for sure.
absolutely. All right. Any other questions, guys?
Javaris said, "What is it with you guys and wrestlers beating another wrestler in real life? That shit is dumb as fuck, in my opinion." To be clear, that's a me thing, not a John thing. John doesn't ever really talk about that, and the reason that I do is because I like my wrestling to be believable, and like there are weight divisions in UFC for a reason because it's not believable for a tiny little guy to actually defeat a skilled bigger guy. It's just straight up physics. Not to mention Phil is going on 50.
What makes you think you could beat me when I have heart? Physics. I want somebody to respond that way in a promo. I would pop so hard.
That would be hilarious.
Be like, it's science, bitch. Fuck.
Uh,
After Inamura's alleged rematch, who should challenge Oba next? Um,
See, now to be clear, Oba said that he would give Inamura a rematch, but it was never specified when. It could just be a down the line thing. They never made it seem like it was going to be like imminent by any means, from what I could tell.
tell you, Foster, just throwing a name out there, and I know they already had a singles match recently that Oba won, but I'd love for Charlie Dempsey and him to run it back because I loved how vicious Charlie was against Tavion this week. That was a real highlight of the show. Was that fucking match? That match. Tavion's got
How
such
did
a
we
bright
not talk
future.
about that match? That match was amazing.
And dude, it really was. Tavion is a fucking stud, and Charlie, like, that was the most like his father he's ever felt like in the best way that I've seen since he's gotten here. Like, just incredible fucking work. So yeah, Foster, I would say fucking Charlie Dempsey personally. So yeah, but who would you like to see, bro, Oba defend the title against?
I would like to see Oba defend the title against Saquon Sugars.
Ooh, ooh, that gives me a sugars rush. All right.
I really just want Dark State to hold all the titles. I want Dion and Osiris to be tag team champions, and I want Sugars to be world champ.
And maybe Javon will be next challenger finally. We can get that fucking singles match. That'd be nice.
I do like whenever Javon challenges Oba for real in an actual singles match that doesn't get any other bullshit involved. I do expect him to win that title for real.
Oba will be called up, and then he's gonna win his first ever fucking Rumble. It's gonna be
Mm.
beautiful.
Oh
God,
yeah.
God, not as beautiful as your face though, to be clear. But yeah, it'll be close. All right. Now that Goldberg, this is a question from Angel. Now that Goldberg is retired, how much should Gage, his son, take from him, if anything at all? I would say nothing at all. Find a different career path. Please do not let the Goldberg name have a lineage. Please, for the love of God, one was enough.
It would
And
be
and
amazing if Goldberg's son Gage came into the business the right way, worked the indies, eventually got signed, and turned out to be an incredible technical wrestler, just completely butting everything in the face that his father did.
yeah, and then being like, say something to me, Brett, and then Brett's just like, fuck Bill Goldberg. Uh,
That's such Brett energy, bro. You're so right.
Super Blue, who do you think attacked Hank and Tank since Izzy's faction didn't do it? Oh yeah, the culling, you mean? Um,
Hopefully,
I
Dark State.
hopefully Dark State, and if not, then I'm rooting for Out the Mud because they need to start making an
Ooh,
impact.
I like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I like your face too. Yeah. So let's see here. Caster Sales. Do you think MJF will beat Hangman for the AEW Championship? I honestly do have a fear of that, but honestly, Hangman feels higher up on the card than MJF does right now. So I'm going to say Hangman retains at this moment in
I
time.
really hope not.
Yeah, I love Hurt Syndicate. I do not mean that as a diss, but like Hangman feels like ace of the company. MJF feels more upper mid card heel right now to me. So yeah, I just think Hangman gets the dub. Who should beat Ethan for the North American title? God, I wish Ethan was a babyface because again, I'd say Charlie. I just really love that Charlie Dempsey match. I want him to get pushed so hard. I'm gonna say Miles Bourne. I'm gonna say Miles Bourne to beat Ethan.
I don't hate that.
Good.
I'm trying to think of like other baby faces in NXT. Maybe Inamura after failing to capture the world title.
That would really drive Briggs insane. That could be the catalyst for the heel turn, and then him and Briggs feud over that title, and maybe Briggs wins it, unfortunately. But
I gotta be
yeah,
real, man. I think Inamura, or rather, I think Briggs is probably going to get his world title shot at Oba before Inamura wins the North American title, if that happens at all.
that's fair. That's fair. We'll have to see how that all goes. Right. How do you feel about Charlie winning by towel throw? I think it's a great story beat. Ren loves the group. I think Ren cares about both guys. I don't think she liked Charles's behavior. Charles is going to excessively boast about it. Tavion's going to have something to prove. I think it's a natural, organic way to keep the story going and not leaving Charlie all alone all at once.
All right, I think it's about time for us to close the window here. Do we want to do like a going once type thing?
I think I'm just going to close the window. I'm not going to give these people time to come up with other questions.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you guys for your questions. High spots, low shots. Um, God, I mean, there are some real life low shots, but I want to be a
Let's
dirtbag.
like just kind of agree that Adam Cole and Seth Rollins are the realest low shots right now, and try and move past that and pick another one.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Good point. I'm definitely co-signed. So I'm gonna say my low shot is Death Riders. I was trying to think of the faction. I'm gonna say Death Riders is a faction because
Nice.
they didn't win the trios titles, and their leader lost the world title at the same pay-per-view. So
Yeah, that's a good
yeah,
pick, man. I like that.
yeah, Death Riders as a faction is my low shot. Rough night for the Death Riders. So who's your low shot?
Goldberg, because he got fucking knocked he literally passed out in front of his family, in front of his hometown to lose his last match ever.
He did it while bald. I mean,
He did.
that's
He did everything in his career while bald. He's been bald the whole time.
yeah, that's very bold choice, or I guess I should say very bald choice. But yeah,
I knew you were gonna do that. Fuck. You
and it's
still
still
popped me.
and I still popped you. How does it feel to know that I have a key to your heart that deep?
It's pretty
Um,
great, honestly.
I agree. Honestly, I love you. So high spot. Jeez, so much wrestling happened today, and it doesn't leave me a dearth of choices, which is a good thing. But I also want to be happy with my choice. Um, oh boy. You know what? I am going to say Oba. Because Oba
Oh,
retained. He's still a dominant world champion. I'll keep it very, very straightforward. He is the God King. He is supreme, and we should all just get in line and acknowledge him. So that's my high spot. Who's your high spot?
yeah. Um, I really didn't want to have to say this, but Super Blue, enjoy it while you can. My high spot is LA Knight because he fucking pinned Seth Rollins.
Do you need me to send you a hug sticker when we go off the air?
Huh?
Do you need me to send you a hug sticker when we go off the air?
Oh no, it's okay. I'm fine. I
Okay.
appreciate it. I mean, you can send it anyway, but it's all good.
I think I'm gonna send it anyway. I just I'm gonna be cautious. Because that's true. That's true. It's a great pick. It's a logical pick, but it's rough. It's
It
it's
is.
rough. So yeah, I'm gonna send you three actually. That was a big thing you just did. I'm proud of you.
Wow.
Um,
Thank you.
so yeah, all right, guys. That was oh god, and he's reveling in it. He's reveling. We gotta go home. All right, guys. That was the show. Leave a like if you fire loud. Subscribe. Click the bell icon notifications so you miss any of that TWitWoW goodness. Check out everything we're involved in the description box. Follow us on Blue Sky and Twitch because we are the best wrestling podcast in LAWC. We will see you guys tomorrow for Evolution Live Reaction, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I guess we're just doing. Are we skipping Tiffany Trish, by the way, bro? Because I feel like neither one of us want to
Yes,
react to that
dude.
match.
Low key, like I don't know. Tiffany Trish is the only definite skip, but we might even want to talk about other stuff too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because I know Jade is green as goose shit, but I actually do want to watch her versus Naomi because I'm just curious about the story beats.
Yeah,
Um,
that was actually one that I wanted to talk to you about. Joel JC Jordan is the other big one though.
DC Jordan, I honestly wouldn't mind skipping. We could
Yeah.
like keep it on in the background, but like, yeah, I don't.
If Blake
Not
doesn't get added to that match, I think it's a definite skip for me.
definitely. I'm
And I
excited for the
would be
battle
open
royal.
to
Yeah,
skipping Jay Naomi, especially now with Bianca as special guest, but I know you love that, so we'll react to that too.
I am a messy bitch. I love the drama. So,
You love your car crash TV.
how do you feel about the women's tag titles, knowing that Charlotte and Alexa are like one of the teams and like the other three teams? Like, do you like the math
It's
or?
Kabuki Warriors and Zaruka. I kind of want to watch that one.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the math still works out to not suck. Yeah, I guess yeah, we'll skip JC Jordan and Trish Tiffany, and that sounds pretty good to me. So yeah, guys, select match reactions. Those are the only two matches we're skipping. Until then, be good to yourselves. And again, that's 7 p.m. Eastern time, by the way, just before we really head out. And
Oh wait, is
yeah,
it
guys.
really? Oh shit, yeah, it is. Holy fuck.
Yeah, see, it caught you by surprise the way the Great American Bash caught me by surprise. Hey, NXT, have your shows at normal fucking times, ass.
Well, how are they supposed to
Anyway,
have their shows at normal times when they're counter programming AEW?
then don't be fucking petty. You're already billionaires in a conglomerate. Stop it. Christ, these people are such fucking children and they're killing the planet, and I hate everyone. Okay. Be good to yourselves, everyone, and be good to each other, except the billionaires. Bully the fuck out of them, please. Tune in and peace out.